Hi folks, we're back out this evening. It's a nice winter's evening, afternoon, sorry. We're hoping the target species for tonight is a ray, but what I'd really like is a spotted ray. I've never had one off the shore before, but I've had a few up on the boat out of Penarth, but thornback would be very welcome tonight, and the usual dogfish will be about, I assume. Maybe over high water as well, I might flick one in close for a conger. But conditions are lovely. The wind's a bit side on. It's just, I think it's just low tide now. What's the time? Yeah, almost low tide now. So I'll get the rod set up, I'll get baited up, and hopefully I'll have some fish to show you soon. Right guys, the rod I'm using tonight, well, I'm using two rods tonight actually. My favourite rod, my go-to rod for everything. I use this trying for the tow, and this is my Century Tip Tornado Graphic Sport. It's very lightweight, very lightweight, very slim, but it is really strong for the weight of it. The slimness, it's unbelievable what they've done with this rod. But it's my favourite rod. Bite detection on it is absolutely amazing as well. And it's good for hurling 6, 7, 8 ounce lead plus your bait. You can get it a good distance. Plenty of power in the butt, but the tip's still nice, and I wouldn't say it's tippy, but the bite detection's still amazing on it. So and the reels. I've just had these reels back. Oh, wrong one. Sugar. And they are Daiwa Saltists, black and gold 30. Just sent them up to Chris Macy up in Cardiff, both to get monomagged. For some reason, I wouldn't say I'm an amazing caster, but I'm okay. But I was using 8 ounce lead and Joey with these, and I just couldn't control it. Kept on fluffing up. I had the spool play or whatever you want to call it on the side. I had that rammed up nice and tight, and it was still fluffing up. I'm not sure if it was something I was doing wrong, but got the monomag on it now. I'll have a couple of practice chucks first. Just a bed, new line as well, Varivas, £20 sport, and £80 Varivas heavy nylon leader. I'll get a lead on it, and we'll chuck it out and see what they run like. Right, I'll just show you a little cast with this. These mags have worked wonders with this reel. I've had a couple of casts now, and I've changed the spool tension a little bit because the mag's working well on this now. So I got a little bit of wobble on the spool, not much though, like minuscule. And I've got the mags turned off by 1.5, and I'll show you a little cast without fluffing up, hopefully. She's running sweet, very sweet. I like that a lot. Lovely. Right, I'll show you my rig now guys. It's an up and over rig, nothing special. But again, there's some little parts on it, well, I've only just figured out myself, that help the rig a lot. And that is again the Gemini swivel link that goes onto your lead. Again, I'm using the Trident roto clip. Love these things. A lot of people don't like them, but I absolutely love them. They are, yes, they are a little bit fiddly, but I haven't had one come undone me yet. I used the rig on the last video I done after I snapped off. I used the rig, an old pulley rig of mine, with a Gemini solo clip, solo splashdown, and it come undone in the air, which it annoys me because they're expensive, but they are good, and they'll hold up to an 8.0 instead of a 7.0 like the Roto does. But yeah, again, the swivel link helps your lead to spin without spinning up your rig. Probably, well, that's what I do when I make my rigs. I hold the tip of it on my nose and I cut it the length of half the length of my height. So I guess I'm 5'8", so maybe two, I don't know, two foot something. And that'll be your rig body. And then for your snood, you make your snood double the length of your rig body. But when I was using these up and overs before, I wasn't putting a bit of tube in there at the start, and that helps the rig so much, because once your lead slides down after you cast out your lead, for example, it'll look something like that, nice and streamlined when you chuck it out, and then it'll come undone and your lead will slide all the way down to the connection swivel to your snood, and that bit of tube in there just makes it stand off from your lead, and it doesn't carfle up. I haven't had one carfle up on me at all yet, but yeah, it's great rig. I went fishing Friday night. I was going to do a little video, but I didn't bother. I was only out for an hour or so. I had a couple of cod in, white in. I had a fisher chuck, which was good. I was only out for 2.5 hours, 6 or 7 fish, which was good. But I'll get the bait on it now, and I'll show you how I bait up a nice ray bait. Right, sorry guys, that footage isn't the best. Completely forgot I had the sun blasting straight towards the camera, so I got it blasting at me now instead. So yeah, baiting up. Keep all my bait in a nice cool bag. It keeps it nice and frozen for a long time. It's been in my car since, because I was busy this morning. I didn't really have time to get out and get everything sorted in the afternoon, so I packed my car early this morning, and these have been in the car, well, the time is now about 2:45, 3 o'clock, and these were in my car since 8 o'clock this morning, and they're still solid, so that's good. Bait tonight, sand eels. I'm going to alternate tonight and start off with just a double sand eel wrap. No, not wrap, just a double sand eel on its own. I've got squid, and I've got some bluey. Typical ray baits, but I think the bluey might work well tonight with a bit of squid for a conger, so or even if we get a white in, maybe I might drop one down the side after. I'll leave it all out to thaw a bit now, because I'll be using all of it. And carrier bag, once your packets are empty, stick them in the carrier bag, put them in your cool bag, take it home, put it in the bin. No need to litter. You took it to the mark, you take it away from the mark, simple as. So right, they're still a bit frozen, these sand eels, but they'll work all right. I think these are medium-sized sand eels as well. If I can get them out the bag. There we go. And what I like to do is I like to top and tail them. Just get the head just before the gill, just after the gill plate, in between the eye and the gill plate. Just snip it off, one there, and just a little bit off the tail, one there and one there. Is my bait elastic gone? Oh, I'm blind as a bat. There it is. And what I like to do is I like to bind it together first. And make sure you got a nice thin cotton, because a thick cotton I find it just looks unnatural to me, but that's just my theory behind it. With the bigger like husk baits and tote baits and stuff, I use like a medium elastic. And this is just the Innova stuff. There you go, double sand eel. And then on the business end of my up and over, these are used rigs. I'll use them a few times. The hooks are still nice and sharp. Good way to check if they're still sharp is get your nail, and if it catches on your nail, it's still sharp. If it drags a little bit, it needs sharpening. And then on my double sand eel bait, I like to use the thin end for where my hook's going to be placed. So what I'll do is I'll just go, get a better angle, go into a sand eel, down, back through, there we go. I'll get a little bit of elastic on that now. Again, the perks of using a thin bait elastic, you can hardly see it. But again, the only downfall with using a thin bait elastic is that if it's quite old, it tears quite easy, which you don't really want. But make sure you get plenty on the eye of the hook. That'll stop your hook from moving around too much. And then your panel hook. My panel hook is, oh sorry, yeah, the hook's 3.0 Varivas Big Mouth Extra and a and a 3.0 Varivas Chinook. And what I like to do is just nick that through and lay that up there nice and tight. Get some more bait elastic on it. Make sure the hook's still standing up nice and proud. Let's get the bait elastic going here. Again, get plenty on the eye of the hook. And that is it. That's how I like to do my double sand eel baits. You can, if you wanted to, you could have your hook on the opposite side, but that's just how I like to do it. I'll get this chucked out and hopefully we'll get a fish. This is my other rod for tonight, guys. This Mark II. No, I think it's, I'm not sure if they've done a Mark 1, but this is a Century Tip Tornado Super Match. I had it custom built by Di Llewellyn, also known as Angling Ambition. He's a top quality rod builder, guys. I know this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I love this rod and I'll never part with it. I'll use it until it's had enough and it packs up on me or snaps. Yeah, so another good rod, good power in the butt, but this has got a very tippier tip, and the bite detection is a lot better on this. But then you can use 8 ounce and Joey's, because I have, but I wouldn't advise anyone using above the recommended casting weight for a rod. So if it snaps, you either got to tell a white lie or buy a new one. But yeah, I'll get this one baited up. I've got my first rod out, double sand eel. I'll get this one. Oh no, I'm going to put my other BG on it first and have a cast and see what that one's like. Right guys, I'll just show you how I bait up a bluey and sand eel wrap. There was a whole joey, but I cut it too soon. Cut it in half. And I like to nip the tail off and I'll split it in half. It is better to do this with a knife, but I don't really bring a knife with me on fishing trips anymore because the scissors will do it all. There you go, that's in half. Get 2 nice baits out of that with a sand eel. Whoops. Sorry guys, I've just spilt my sand eels everywhere. And then what I like to do is hold the sand eel over your joey and just trim it to the same size. And then once it's the same size, again, I like to bait elastic it all up before I put it on the hook. And what I also like to do as well, I never like to go flesh side showing out. I always like to go skin side showing out, flesh side in, because it holds all the mushy flesh inside the wrap. Then you find your bait will last a little bit longer. And then again, all I'll do is exactly the same that I did with the sand eel now, double sand eel. I like to go thinner side, the thinnest end where your hook point goes. So I'll just nip it through, just further down and out. Push that down, make sure your hook's nice and proud, and bait elastic that on. Again, plenty over the eye of the hook, down towards the curve. And over that little bit of the shank there as well. Pull that off. And then, oh, I'm getting the right tangle here. And then your chinook, again, just through and out. Pull the excess line through. Oops. That is how I like to do my wraps. Got a nice flesh of the bluey and the sand eel on the back there. I'm not going to set up the second rod just yet. The tide's a bit too low, but I will do shortly. I've got a set of boys drifting over to where I want to be casting after. I'm going to have to be careful of them that I don't get snagged up on them. But no bites as of yet on the first cast. Leave it out there a bit longer and we'll get a fresh bait out. Just like magic, guys, got both rods. Not sure if you can see that. Oh. But they are both going. Let the dog fest commence. Here we are, guys. Second cast. Doggy. And he's fallen to a squid and sand eel wrap on that one. Both rods were bouncing away, but the left hand rod stopped. But this one carried on going, so I thought I'd get him in. I'll get him unhooked and I'll chuck him back. Beats the blank. We're off the mark. Here we go, guys. Cast number 3. Dogfish number 2. The rods are bouncing ding dong as soon as the baits are hitting the water, so I'll keep it going for a little while, but if I'm getting dogged out, I'm going to drop down to 1 and I'll probably go on the congers in close then. But yeah, that doggy fell to bluey and sand eel wrap. Fingers crossed we'll get that raised soon, hopefully. Maybe when the tide gets a bit more into the flood, we might get one. There you are, guys. 4th cast. 4th cast there, doggy. I'll drop down to 1 rod for now. Wait till the tide gets a bit deeper and I might try out another ray bait again, but I ain't wasting bait. Getting smashed by dogs all the time, so we'll drop down to 1 for now, and then hopefully in a few hours we'll go back up to 2, and over high I'll try for a conger then. But at least I'm getting bites, so I'm happy with that. Right, guys, those buoys have drifted in really close now, right in front of where I'm casting, so I'm going to go fishing to the bay next to me here now. We've got a little poly wishbone, bits of squid, see if I can pick up some dabs or whiting, pouting. But what I want to show you guys is these sea glow beads. I'll charge them up now with my headlamp, and I'll switch everything off then and you'll be able to see how amazing these beads are. I've got some big I think they're 18mm glow balls. Slowly starting to get stuff ready for Norway next year. Right, guys, I'm gonna hit the big light. And I'm gonna hit my headlamp and you should be able to see how bright these are. Oh god, what's going on? Bang, look at them. I know you probably can't see me, but they are absolutely, they've got their own beam of light almost. Amazing things. Absolutely amazing. But send these out now and hopefully I'll get a white. I'd love a whiting actually, to get a bait down the side for a conger. That would be nice. But yeah, we'll get this out and hopefully we'll have a whiting or a dab or something. Right, guys, I have been forced by those bloody boys to fish in close, so I'm going to go for a conger. That's a squid, a whole squid, half a bluey, and an old pulley rig of mine. I always keep my old pulleys because they're perfect for just flicking over in close. 150 pound mono straight through. 8.0 Big Muff Extra, 6.0 Pennell. We'll chuck it down and hopefully we'll have a little strap. Fingers crossed. Well, there we go, guys. Dropped over the edge on that squid and drop him on that squid and bluey bait I sent down. There we go. Lovely eel. Yeah, little thing. Might make £2, but it's always nice if you're after something. If you're after a specific fish, like I really wanted the rays tonight, but I always had the conger in the back of my mind. And yeah, I got one. Beat me up though. I'll chuck him back. Happy to get the target fish, well, secondary target fish. Little eel. Lovely. Here we are, guys. Oh, Jesus. Slippery little things. But it's non-stop action on the conger rod. Dropping it down, and within a couple of minutes they're on the bait. Another little one, little bootlace. But yeah, I'd love a double figure one tonight, but we'll have to see how we get on. Time is cracking on, but fingers crossed. I'd like to put a whiting down there, see, but just no luck with a whiting at the moment. But we'll get him put back, fight another day. Right guys, I was having a lot of little bites down there just now as well, so I'm thinking there might be a rockling or two down there, because they were really shy rattly bites. I was holding it in my hand and I could feel it rattling, and so I've scaled down the bait a little bit. I've gone for a smaller bit of squid and a smaller half of a bluey, so I'm going to chuck that out now. Well, chuck it out, underarm flick it in front of me, and I'm going to hold the rod this time, and I'm going to strike when I feel a bite and see what I can hook. Might be just little strap eels, but it's worth a shot. Fingers crossed for a rockling now. I'd love one of them. I've had a few in my time, but nothing overly big. So I'd like a specimen rockling, it'd be nice. But we'll get it down there and we'll have a look. Well, I don't believe it, guys. On my Conti setup, well, Conti rig, I've even got another eel. On a tiny hook, it's a size 2 Sir Paulo wormer. Unbelievable. And £15 fluorocarbon, I think. We'll get him unhooked and we'll chuck him back. Right guys, last drop now. I got a whole bluey, got half a bluey stuffed in to a large squid, and then I got the other half of the bluey bound onto the side. It's gone quiet on the bites now, so we'll do this last big bait. I will call it a night then. I'll go home and start putting the video together, which should be out tomorrow for everyone to watch. But hopefully I'll get a big conger on this now. But it's been a good session though. I've enjoyed it. Through 3 eels, handful of well, fuck, loads of dogs. At one point it was just carnage. You cast out and the dogs be on it straight away. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully we'll have a nice conger. There we go, guys. Last cast saloon. We've got another eel. A little bit bigger, a bit longer as well. You might just make £3, maybe 4. But I was gonna be my last cast, but I want to stay longer now. I got a couple of squid left, and I put them all on one big hook and chuck it down there and see if we can get a bigger one. But nice little session this turned out to be. 4 eels, load of dogs, happy days. Right guys, that conger's back. He was quite awkwardly hooked. Both hooks were quite far down inside its throat. Well, that's where the old T-bar comes in handy. Without this, I wouldn't have got those hooks back at all, and I'm not a massive fan of leaving hooks in fish, because everyone says they corrode out within an X amount of months, years or whatever, but I like to get the hook out, and I'll only cut the line if I really struggle even getting the hook out with this. But this is just I think this is a leader T-bar, but always in my fishing box, my fishing bag. Won't go anywhere without it. But I'm on my last cast now, 100% my last cast, because I'm using the last of my conger bait, and that is 4 whole squid going out. I'll flick it out now and start packing away, making sure all the litter's collected, I haven't forgot anything, and you never know, I might have another conger to show you. Right guys, that's it for another session, another week done. All in all, good session really. Didn't get the target species. I would have loved to have a ray tonight, but just goes to show how different a mark is on different days. I've been there before with a few of the boys, and we've been pumping in, well, my mate's been pumping in thornies, spotted like there was no tomorrow. But yeah, hundreds of dogs tonight, lost count how many. Quite glad I decided to go on the conger though, saved the session really. I had 4 conger in total, biggest probably 4, maybe 5. Bit of fun, only flicking over the edge, bit of fun, nice bites. But if you like the video, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.